Welcome to Violent Men Ambassadors of Peace podcast. I'm your host, Kit, joined by my other host, this guy's own tribal beat.
SP, let's go.
And Papa Bear.
He had to get his name down real quick. Anyways, today we're bringing something that I think you can all benefit from in your daily life. It's something that you could do as a daily practice. There's 31 Proverbs, and we got 31 Proverbs to cover. So, without further ado, I'd like to pass it over to my co-host, SP, and he's going to read verses 1 through 7. We're going to break it down.
Let's go. All right. So I'm going to read from an NIV version. So let's go through 1 through 7 from Proverbs. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel, for gaining wisdom and instruction, for understanding words of insight, for receiving instruction in prudent behavior, doing what is right and just and fair, for giving prudence to those who are simple, knowledge and discretion to the young. Let the wise listen and add to the learning, and let the discerning get guidance. For understanding proverbs and parables, the sayings and riddles of the wise. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. That's 1 through 7.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. Yeah. So I wanted to just say something I forgot to say in the introduction, but we're going to be calling this whole section with Proverbs Points of Wisdom, because Proverbs is a wisdom book. So
Right.
as SP was reading and pointing out, this is kind of the foundational chapter for setting up Proverbs. So y'all go ahead and pay attention to what we're going to say now, but make sure you tune in to the entire book of Proverbs, because you can make this a daily part of your walk. If you're not a believer, period, and you just need good common knowledge, wisdom for your life, proverb a day, keep the devil away. So without further ado, the kind of like the overarching, point of Proverbs is to give wisdom, discipline, and understanding. It teaches people how to live wisely, make good decisions, and fear God. So in the earlier, kind of like the closing verse in this section, it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, from what SP said. But in my version, it says knowledge.
It said knowledge.
Oh, you said knowledge too? Okay. So why is that important for our daily life? Knowledge. Why is knowledge important? We can't live our life without having knowledge of what we're doing or having some sort of understanding. Some people go through life trying to do it all by themselves. But I don't know about y'all. I want biblical wisdom because it kind of gives me the keys just to live, period. You know?
Yeah. Just to tie, knowledge, but it also said the fear of the Lord is the beginning.
The beginning of wisdom.
It says knowledge on the NIV. Right?
Yeah.
But honestly, the true message of it begins with the reverence and the respect for God.
Yeah.
So before you can even read the book, it's good to read the book, but do you honestly fear and are you at awe of God?
Yeah.
Because there's so much more you can receive from the book if you honestly, truly have an awe and a reverence for him.
Yeah.
So that's what's so powerful for me. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge or wisdom.
Yeah. So something that we kind of talked about in our previous podcast is the fear of the Lord. Well, I think it was honor that we talked about, right? And we talked about not treating people as commonplace, treating like our pastors as commonplace, treating our parents as commonplace, because someone told me this today. They said that their parent taught them that parents are essentially a guide to show you how to be guided by God as an adult. So parents are the beginning, the starting place of where you would start to take direction. And whenever you become an adult and you start to understand awe and fear of God, it's like, that's when stuff starts to click. That's why the Bible says they that train up their children in the way of the Lord will not depart, because they have an understanding of these things that their parents taught them. So whenever SP was talking about fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, I think that's a guiding point for our lives. And in closing, Papa Bear, do you have anything?
Yeah, well, we spoke about it a little bit when we spoke about fatherhood. God could have described himself however he wanted to us in the scriptures. Master of the universe, God. But he chose to describe himself as our father. That was how he wanted us to know, how he wanted us to envision him. So you're correct.
Yeah.
Our fathers and our parents is the first image that we have, and that's why God says, "I'm your father."
Yeah.
Because that's the first time that you're gonna receive direction and how we then see God. So that's so good.
I have kind of like a little sidebar, but I'm going to get to the main point. I have to run through my train of thought. So have y'all ever like gone to someone for expert advice on something? Have you ever gone to someone and asked them for something so specific, you just know you couldn't do it yourself and you just relied on them for something? And you just know if you try to do it yourself, it would probably turn out really bad. Okay, that's definitely happened to me. So whenever we're seeking this wisdom, we know that it comes from a place of infinite understanding, right? People who reject advice from an expert, they rely on their own wisdom, their own understanding. And those people that reject wisdom and guidance are foolish. I know for a fact, I don't want to be counted as a fool. I want to be counted as wise. I want wisdom that transcends my ability to understand. So, in closing, y'all, that was verse 1-7 of Proverbs 1. Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned for verses 8-19. Peace.